Hello there people, my name is Amanamaz and I have just seen Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I had a nice 2-week holiday and now I come back with this. And right off the bat, it's a good film. In fact, a very good film. But it isn't as good as Dead Reckoning, Fallout, Rogue Nation, or even Ghost Protocol. Yes, I have just listed most of the films in the franchise, but the standard is that high. And when it comes down to it, it's a good way to end the franchise. Or at least, I think it is the end. But knowing how creatively bankrupt Hollywood is at the minute, I can imagine there will be a spin-off or continuation of some kind. But anyway, if you didn't know, the film is a continuation of Dead Reckoning, which foolishly released a week after Barbenheimer, which kind of made it a flop at the box office. Anyway, I'm off topic, but Ethan basically has to stop this all-encompassing sentient AI known as the Entity, which got out in the previous film. And I do like how it handled the stakes with the end of the world being imminent, and the tension throughout the film really made you feel that. Though I would have liked to have seen a scene or two on the average person's perspective on it as martial law was implemented. I also like how the AI got acolytes or followers himself. Now, they say the acolytes infiltrated high government positions, but I kind of wish we saw more of them. There were 2 main encounters with them, but I was expecting one more. Like how this character was behaving and focusing on him. I thought he was going to betray the team in the last moment, but I was wrong. And I suppose that was a good subvert of expectation. I really like the personal stakes it had for Ethan. Like, yes, we know he will save the world in the end, but it comes at a cost for him. So it was good seeing him manage and handle that. I also really like how there were callbacks and references to the previous films, like the rabbit's foot in Mission Impossible 3 and bringing back a character from the first film. But the film makes it pretty clear that you don't have to watch those to understand it. I mean, you would find it more satisfying if you did, but the use of flashbacks does a good job at filling in the blanks if you haven't. For me, the worst part of the film, I say the worst part, but certainly the weakest, is the villain Gabriel. He was supposed to be introduced as a guy from Ethan's past, but wasn't in any of the previous films. And he doesn't get any development in this either. He's almost cartoonish at times. In fact, his ending is very much something from Looney Tunes. But it is clear he is just someone who is just a hurdle for the Entity. The action is really good. They had this funny scene where you just see Grace's reaction, and all you hear is Ethan bludgeoning these henchmen to death. But the combat is well done, and it does get tense watching it because of the stakes involved too. The big action set piece is the dogfight, and you can tell with Tom Cruise being the madman that he is really hanging off the side and the bottom of the plane for real. It just doesn't look like something you can fake with green screen. Though I do feel like it was a bit underwhelming compared to the previous films, big action scenes or final set pieces. That might be my hot take, but I did enjoy it though. The cast was great. Tom Cruise is just something else, a great actor with no sense of fear in him. This franchise wouldn't have taken off without him. Simon Pegg as Benji is really good. He just plays a really smart character so well. Like, if he told me something that was blatantly wrong, I would still believe him. Hayley Atwell is a great addition from the previous film. Like, she's good in her own right, but I kind of don't like how she basically became a love interest for Ethan. So overall, it is a very good film and I had a good time watching it. It might be a bit too long as it is basically 3 hours. I did find myself being fidgety when watching it, but that's just me. Now, if I had to give it a rating, it would be an 8 out of 10. Very good, but not quite as good as the previous films. But I do recommend that you check it out anyway, as I think you would enjoy it. Anyway, if you like my review, please leave a like and subscribe. That would greatly be appreciated. And I shall see you next time. And peace.